Hey guys, Morten Aastad here. Welcome to my channel. Back in the mist of time, way back in time, around the time when we were all afraid that planes would come crashing to the ground and everything would come to a standstill because we were entering a new millennium. There were a lot of new bands showing up. Bands who had promise, artists who had promise, interesting, a new breed. Some of them maybe inspired by what had gone on in the 90s, post-Britpop, post-singer-songwriter, post-psychedelia, post-kraut, post all kinds of posts. And, for example, we got this bloke who performed as a badly drawn boy, but of course it was just one guy, one man, and badly drawn boy was just an artist name, not a band name. And there was another artist around that time that I ended up picking up a couple of CDs from around the year 2001, 2-ish, and then his next album, and I enjoyed them, and I guess sort of put them in here or wherever my CDs were standing around that time. And yeah, I picked them up once in a while and listened to them, and once in a while I would think, what happened to this artist? Well, I'm going to have to use the Wikipedia for that, but I thought I'd show you and do a little unboxing with you guys. Hopefully the records are okay. There's supposed to be 3 records in here. I did a pre-order from a record shop, and they seem to be a bit more than just a record shop. They seem to handle some artists, sell records and get records that might be out of print, or for artists who are maybe no longer on a bigger label. I haven't gotten anything from them yet, even though I ordered several months ago, but that's because I pre-ordered a record that they are reissuing for a band that I love a lot, and that's not coming out until November, I think. But I made this order, and the online store, I don't know if they have a physical store as such, it's called Last Night From Glasgow. So they send me emails now because I've ordered something from them, even though, like I said, I haven't actually yet. Have I? No, I haven't received anything from them yet because of the pre-ordering thing. And I've been, looking at things and interesting, and then obviously because I ordered several months ago, and they automatically maybe send you an email that says, hey, we haven't heard from you, you haven't ordered from us in a while, and here's a special offer for you. Okay, what is it? Order anything in one order from our shop, which is a band or an artist handled by, Last Night From Glasgow, and you get 50% off the whole order. And I remember that they had previously sent me an email about them now handling the records from this artist, which you already know who is probably, because I have to make this video interesting to people by revealing probably who the artist is. I don't know, I didn't think this through, but anyway, like I said, let's hope this is in okay shape. Let's see. So if I have any Scottish viewers, they will hopefully appreciate this. Thus. So these records were already quite cheap. They were going for, was it roughly £17 each, and with 50% off. Yeah, pretty good order if you ask me. This is the 3 first albums by an artist. If you look up this band name on Wikipedia, by the way, you will be directed to his page. His name is Colin MacIntyre, and he was born on April 8th, 1971, so just over 1 month before me. He's a Scottish musician and novelist, singer, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist, and he has released 5 albums under the name, also several albums under his own name, of Mull Historical Society. And like I said, I do not remember what exactly drove me to buy this CD back in the day, which I have here. I just remember I really liked it a lot. And I got 3 records in this order. And at about before postage, about £25 for 3 proper albums. I think I got off pretty well, even though the Norwegian customs obviously charged me for this. And not just for the records, they charged me for the postage, so that, I think all in all I probably ended up paying more in customs charge and VAT crap than the actual records, if you forget about the postage, which I think the nice people over there at Last Night in Glasgow charged me £15 for shipping this. That's not bad. So yeah. Before I open this, I thought I'd just see if I can tell you a little more about Colin. His father, Kenny MacIntyre, was born in Oban and then moved to Mull, which is an island off the west coast of Scotland. Be a fairly substantial feat if they moved to a Scottish island east of Scotland. Sorry. He was a bank clerk, a gift shop operator, and then BBC Scotland's political correspondent for 10 years. His paternal grandfather, Angus MacIntyre, was a poet, and his brother, Kenny MacIntyre, is a radio journalist for BBC Scotland Sport. He was inspired by his uncle's cover band. He formed cover bands of his own called Tracks, and later renamed Lovesick Zombies while still at Tobermory Primary School. Influenced by his art teacher and considered going to art school. He attended Oban High School in the late 80s, and he and his brother moved to Glasgow, where he attended Glasgow Caledonian University, trained with Queen's Park Football Club, worked for a stockbroker, and then for telephone company BT's 192 Directory Inquiries service for 3 years. And one of the reasons I'm reading this is that some of the songs on this are inspired by these activities. So he coined the name Mull Historical Society after seeing an advert for an organization which had since changed its name to the Mull Historical and Archaeological Society. His first album under the name Loss in 2004 was inspired by his upbringing on Mull and the sudden death of his father in 1999. It contains samples from Caledonian Macbrain Ferry and the waves of Calgary Bay in Mull. I like that. So he would later on then go on to get quite a lot of acclaim. Q magazine named Loss one of the top 50 albums of 2001. He also played support for Elbow and the Strokes, and in 2002 for REM, the Delgados, and the Polyphonic Spree. Huh. Polyphonic Spree. I wonder what happened to them. It's been a minute since we heard about them, isn't it? Yeah, so the second album, Us, came out in 2003. Positive reviews. NME called it a joyous slice of orchestral Prozac. And yet, after this, his record label, Warner, dropped him. And he then released an album for Be Unique Records. After that, he released albums under his own name. And then in 2014, I think he started playing again as Mull Historical Society. There's been a compilation and one or two albums more. God knows how you'll be able to find them, I suppose. But yeah, that's the story of Mull Historical Society. I just remember I was really enamored with this. So the two first albums here I have heard before because I have them on CD, and the third one is completely unknown to me. And I think also the album cover is different than it may have been back then. But you know, some bands and artists just sort of either you forget them and you forget to go and check, and if they're not in sort of yeah, you grab maybe I haven't heard this in a while, and then you know, time and things happen. So Sublime debut album from Scottish indie band Mull Historical Society. One of my favourite albums of all time, said Irvine Welsh. Scotland's greatest album, said Harold Scotland, and one of the albums of the year. It's one of the albums that came out in that was Enemy. I thought that sounded funny. So let's have a look at it, shall we? These are proper releases as well, huh? And for so little money. I wonder what anyone out there who knew Mull Historical Society or handled these records, or Colin himself, thought, wow, I'm getting a Norwegian guy who's talking about my records. But, you know, Scotland, Norway, we're pretty tight. We should be. They've still got pieces of land that should belong to us. Damn Danes pawning off our islands. Right, there we go. It's I love this cover. Yeah. We used to be wolves, you know. The tracks on the first record is Public Service Announcer, Watching Xanadu, Instead, I Tried, This Is Not Who We Were, and Barcode Bypass, which I think was that somehow related to the BBC work he did. And there you are, the labels on this fine looking record. Right, and just have a look at the other one. And again, little doggy. All songs written and arranged by Colin MacIntyre, and they are Only I'm, Animal Cannabis, Strange Ways Inside, Mull Historical Society, Paper Houses, and Loss. And they are released on Demon Records. I'm not sure when this reissue is from. So that was 2001, and then his second album from 2003 is Mull Historical Society, Us. And the hype sticker says Us is the second album from Scottish indie band Mull Historical Society, including singles The Final Areas, and Am I Wrong? And it got 5 stars from The Guardian, a joyous slice of orchestral Prozac. So there we are. Shrink wrap. Again, Demon Records. Same sort of general look on the art presentation there in the gatefold. Here is the CD, by the way. Label, which is identical on the other side. And again, looking the same way. And the album tracks here. The final arias. Ars. Am I wrong? Oh Mother, Asylum, Live Like the Automatics, Don't Take Your Love Away From Me, Minister for Genetics and Insurance, MP, 5 More Minutes, Gravity, Can, The Supermarket Strikes Back. I think some of the songs were inspired by small shops which he frequented being put out of business by, supermarkets. Clones, Her Is You, and Us. Finally, the third album, which is unknown to me because I've never actually seen it. So I think what's on the back here was the original cover. So this is the way they decided the vinyl should look. From Wikipedia and what I read, the album cover was a version of this. So not a gatefold, this one. This Is Hope is the third album from Scottish indie band Mull Historical Society, and it's again on Demon Records, which I assume is whoever's taken over his discography. And because this was originally released in 2004, published by BMG Rights Management, by B Unique Records, and now re-released then by license courtesy of Colin MacIntyre by Demon Records. And I do hope a couple of you will watch this and check him out. Is this, like I said, this is music I can definitely sort of get behind and say that I definitely enjoyed. So this is his third album. Like I said, I don't have this on CD from before, so it's largely unknown to me, and very eager to then listen to this. And again, what, £8 for a full album, and the other two were double discs. So pay attention to the human. Hope, a feeling of desire for something, and confidence in the possibility of its fulfillment. Right. So now, so every time I've been hoping, I've been doing it wrong. And there is the album, This Is Hope. And just quickly, song titles on this. I Am Hope, intro track. Peculiar. How About I Love You More. Tree Scavengers. This Is the Hebrides. Tobermory Zoo. Death of a Scientist. Well, I assume it's off. It's O and a pound sign. A Vision of Man Over Machine, 2004. Your Love, My Gain. Casanova at the Weekend. My Friend the Addict. Len, and finally, In the Next Life, a Requiem. So there you have it, guys. Those were 3 really good albums that I do hope you will check out if you can, by Colin or Mull Historical Society, a band that I discovered, well, I guess it's 24 years ago, and listened to quite a bit, I remember, and then not as much as I should. There are a lot of records to listen to in my collection, and just because I ordered something from a completely different band, and which I'm still waiting for because it needs to be made apparently, I was sent an email with a 50% off some records. I'd seen that they were selling already very cheap, so an amazing offer, and the records look like they're in great nick, even though that looked like someone had it in for this box somehow. But I think this was a pretty good deal. In as much as, do I need any more records? No, of course I don't. But I got a brand new record that I never heard, as well as 2 others for less than I would have paid for just getting that one record if it was from another artist, to supplement my two old CDs. Yeah. Alright, so these CDs were on Blanco y Negro. Huh. And they have these old, put it in the CD-ROM on your computer and discover stuff. I don't even have that ability anymore. Send me a link if you can find that, whatever was on these CDs. Guys, thank you for watching. Hope you check out his music, and leave me a comment if you were a big fan back then or still am, and want to exchange some information about all this. Like I said, I think this is really good stuff, and I'm almost ashamed I haven't talked about him earlier, but now I had a really good reason. So please click like, that helps my channel. If you want to subscribe, well, that makes me happy. Hello to my new subscribers, and I hope to see you guys soon in another video. Bye bye.